How to properly provoke ex-girlfriends, current and future ones. Explaining the process. By nature, the best provocateurs are usually girlfriends. There's nothing bad or good about it. It's simply a fact. But sometimes men are not at all inferior to them, and sometimes can even be much more skillful in this matter. Almost every day I get asked how one can provoke an ex-girlfriend, what kind of provocation can make your current girlfriend obedient, and how to generally get what you want from another person. All of this comes from not understanding that the levers of influence over a person who has left are practically non-existent. You keep thinking, what if I do this? What will she think? How can I provoke my ex-girlfriend to feel jealous? What kind of provocation could bring her back? In this video, I'll briefly explain the scheme of provocations so you can assess your actions. Let's start with the fact that in provocation, the girlfriend is always caught between two negative forces. The first force, an action, she finds unpleasant. Suppose you want your girlfriend to stop talking to her best friend, whom you think has low social responsibility. This is her friend, and she's not happy about your request. But you want to make her stop and to do what you want, against her will, of course. Otherwise, you would just ask, and she would simply agree. The second force, also negative. This is your reward or punishment. Even if you offer a reward, this force becomes negative because it forces her to do something for a gift, for example. Punishment, of course, creates a negative force as well. In this case, the second force must be stronger than the first one, so that to escape the second, the girlfriend would have to do something unpleasant for her. For example, you say if she stops talking to her friend, you will go to the movies on Friday together. The girlfriend weighs these forces and decides it's better to skip the movie, and the provocation doesn't work. Let's consider a stronger provocation, the threat of breaking up. The girlfriend realizes you would break up with her, and for her, that is a stronger force than giving up a friend she only sees once a month. This is where your significance comes into play. If you are objectively more important to her than her friend, your provocation will work, as long as your significance is still high. If not, sorry, but you will face a fiasco, and your provocation will only plant the idea in her mind that you are not that important after all, and that does not end well in the long run. So, the first law, the second force must be stronger than the first. The escape plan. When a person is under the influence of two negative forces, the easiest thing they can do is simply run away. If you are certain that at this moment the second force is stronger than the first, then in provocation, you must use a barrier that allows a way out of the conflict only through two options. If the girlfriend knows she can talk you down, or cry and make you forget the provocation, or throw such a tantrum that you forget your provocation altogether, she will absolutely do it. And after she manages to escape, forget about further provocations. They will not work anymore. Barriers keep a person from getting out of the situation, and people always test these barriers for strength. If the girlfriend throws a tantrum or tries to persuade you for her benefit, she is testing your barriers. If she sees they are strong, she responds to the provocation. If she sees they are made of straw, she leaves the situation and loses her respect for you. If you don't have solid barriers, you shouldn't even try to provoke. Provocations after breaking up. Finally, for anyone who wants to provoke a girlfriend after a breakup, barriers are impossible in this case. The first negative force is coming back to you, which does not attract an ex-girlfriend at all. The second force is any idea that comes to your mind. No matter how strong it may seem to you, after a breakup, first, it will not be strong enough. And second, barriers do not work after a breakup. The girlfriend will always choose either not in your favor or simply leave the conflict. That's why any provocations will not get you results. To learn more about the right ways to interact after a breakup, watch my channel. I will appreciate your subscription.